American Pickers Frank Fritz's Conservatorship. A closer look. Ever since Frank Fritz left American Pickers, his life has gone downhill. The reality star recently experienced a deadly heart stroke on July 14, 2022. He was admitted to the hospital after his friend found him seizing on the floor. However, the 56-year-old has been released from intensive care and is now in a nursing facility. Frank's longtime friend is appointed as his guardian. He will continue to receive care, but his life is now a tad more difficult. Why is that? Given how weak Frank is, his longtime friend recently filed for an emergency appointment as a temporary conservator and guardian. After the request was filed on August 18, the Iowa court has now approved the same. So how is Frank's new life under the conservatorship? As per The Sun, Frank's friend, whose name isn't known, is appointed as his guardian. However, his finances will be kept in check with the help of a bank acting as a conservator. The bank will keep tabs on and pay for his care in the residential facility and daily living expenses. This includes repairs, health insurance, and property taxes. Frank Fritz's checking account has been limited to $2,000. The conservator will also ensure that the reality star will get proper transportation facilities for his daily activities and medical appointments. Additionally, the bank will ensure compliance with the state and federal income tax. The funds for hair care and clothing will also be dispensed by the conservator bank. There is also a limit of $2,000 on Frank's checking account, given that he is allowed to write checks independent of the conservator. Given that the American actor is no longer employed with American Pickers, the primary source of earnings is from his Illinois-based antique shop, Frank Fritz Finds. As per the legal court documents, the conservator shall maintain control of protected parties' business interests, including any partnerships, corporations, limited liability companies, or other legal entities owned or controlled by the protected party, to engage in any lawful business permitted under the Code of Iowa. Frank's decision-making capacity is impaired after stroke. Frank's friend, who has been constantly by his side, is assisting him in making decisions after the stroke. He is also required to file for Frank's initial care plan to ensure that the finances can be managed accordingly. The plan will include everything from the former American Pickers star's living arrangements, current residence, health care needs, and facilitating contact with his family. The court documents further explained, because of his stroke, Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to care for his own safety, or to provide for necessities such as shelter, food, clothing, or medical care, without which physical injury or illness may occur. Frank Fritz took a break from American Pickers in 2020. Frank last appeared on the History Channel show in March 2020. He took a break from the series to recover from the back surgery that landed him with 185 stitches and 2 rods added to the spine. During this time, the reality star lost about 65 pounds. Although fans expected him to return to the show, that never happened. Later on, Mike Wolf revealed that Frank Fritz has quit the show with an Instagram post. Frank Fritz, a beloved personality from American Pickers, has been in the spotlight not just for his role in the long-running reality series, but recently for more personal reasons. The world watched as his journey on the show ended abruptly, followed by a serious health crisis, which brought about the appointment of a conservator to oversee his affairs. For fans and close followers of Frank's life, the situation surrounding his conservatorship has stirred many questions, and it's important to take a closer look at how things reached this point and what it means for Frank's future. Frank Fritz's health struggles and departure from American Pickers. To understand the context of Frank's conservatorship, it's essential to look back at the chain of events that led here. Frank was a fixture on American Pickers for over a decade. his charismatic personality and keen eye for antiques making him a fan favorite. Alongside Mike Wolfe, the duo crisscrossed the United States, unearthing hidden treasures and forgotten relics. However, Frank's life took a significant turn around 2020 when he quietly exited the show. Initially, fans were left in the dark about Frank's sudden absence. Rumors swirled, ranging from personal disagreements with Mike Wolfe to deeper health issues. In July 2021, the truth came to light when Frank revealed he had been struggling with several medical problems, including Crohn's disease and complications that left him in and out of the hospital. His health challenges also led to weight loss and prolonged recovery periods, making it difficult for him to keep up with the physical demands of filming American Pickers. But it wasn't just his physical health that concerned fans. Frank admitted to battling addiction, a struggle he had dealt with privately for years. He entered rehab to get clean and sober, marking a pivotal point in his life. These personal battles created a rocky path, and for a time, it seemed Frank was working hard to get his life back on track. Yet things took a darker turn in the summer of 2022. The stroke that changed everything. On July 14, 2022, news broke that Frank had suffered a severe stroke. The news was devastating to his fans and friends, but perhaps the most shocking revelation came shortly after, when reports indicated that Frank was incapacitated to the point that he could no longer care for himself. The stroke had left him with significant cognitive impairments, and this tragic turn of events left him vulnerable. Frank's condition prompted the legal action that would lead to the appointment of a conservator. His friends and family were understandably concerned about his well-being, both physically and financially. With his health deteriorating and his ability to make decisions compromised, the decision was made to seek a conservatorship. What is a conservatorship? A conservatorship is a legal process in which a court appoints a person, known as a conservator, to manage the affairs of someone who is deemed unable to do so themselves. This is often seen in cases involving elderly individuals with dementia, or those who have suffered severe injuries or illnesses that render them incapable of managing their own health and finances. In Frank's case, the court appointed a conservator to oversee his medical care and financial matters. Given his condition, this step was seen as necessary to protect his interests, ensuring he received proper care while preventing any financial exploitation. It's a significant legal responsibility, as the conservator essentially holds the keys to Frank's life, making decisions that will impact his health, his estate, and even his personal relationships. Who is managing Frank's conservatorship? Frank's conservatorship was granted to a longtime friend, and while the specifics of their relationship remain largely private, it's clear that the decision to appoint this individual came with the backing of those closest to Frank. According to court documents, Frank's friend has been tasked with overseeing both his personal well-being and his finances. This includes ensuring Frank receives the necessary medical treatments, rehabilitation, and care for his recovery, as well as managing his significant estate, which includes assets he accumulated from his years on American Pickers and his personal antique business. It's a delicate balance, as the conservator must navigate the emotional and legal intricacies of acting on behalf of someone who, despite his fame, is in a vulnerable position. Frank, once a confident and independent man, is now reliant on the support and decisions of others, a shift that is undoubtedly difficult for both him and those who care for him. The financial impact of the conservatorship. Beyond the emotional and physical toll Frank's condition has taken, the financial implications of his conservatorship cannot be ignored. As a reality television star and antique expert, Frank built a successful career, amassing a considerable fortune. His net worth, estimated in the millions, includes not only his earnings from American Pickers, but also of his personal ventures in the world of antiques and collectibles. Now, with a conservator in place, there is a clear need to protect these assets and ensure they are managed responsibly. The conservator is tasked with paying Frank's medical bills, managing his real estate holdings, and ensuring that any income generated from his past work or investments is handled appropriately. While Frank may not be able to actively participate in these decisions, the conservatorship aims to safeguard his financial future. There is also the possibility that Frank's estate could grow as his name and legacy continue to draw attention. Despite his absence from American Pickers, fans remain invested in his story, and it's likely that his past work will continue to generate revenue, be it through reruns of the show, merchandise, or his previous ventures in the antique world.